Hey, happy Sunday, everyone. Glenn Kellaway from the basement. Hope everyone has a great day today. Yesterday, I did a video, my favorite 8 American bands. And one of those bands was The Doors. And then I thought to myself, I have never done a video focusing on The Doors. And so I thought this morning I would show their albums and rank them and rank my 10 favorite Doors songs. So 1967, the debut, the last album featuring all 4 members. 1971, released posthumously, I guess. Jim died in 1970 in July. Yeah, 4 years of studio recordings. That's it for such a band, such an important band and well-loved band. It's crazy. Debut, 1967. One of the best debuts ever. Light My Fire, big hit on the radio. The short version, like 3 minute Light My Fire, and they edited all the cool stuff out. Got to have the album version. Yeah, followed like so closely. This came out in January. By September, they had Strange Days out. Now, these albums to me are identical. They're just, other than this being the introduction and then kind of more, I guess, mind-blowing because it was the first time you were introduced to the band and their music. So by this time, it was no surprises, but just basically musically the same album, same types of songs. I think of this as like a double album. Can you imagine if they would have released their first album as a double album with these two together? It might have gone down in history as the greatest double album ever. Anyway, how do I rank the Doors? The Doors album. So 1A and 1B is the Doors debut and Strange Days. Like I said, to me they're the same record, and I tie them for first place. 1A, 1B. Number 2 on the list. A lot of people consider this their strongest album, and I do too. I think the 2 albums that I showed have some filler on them, but this album, L.A. Woman, pretty much start to finish is just a great frickin' album. Although I'm not a big fan of L'America. I could toss that off. But amazing album. Pretty much a solid blues album, this one. L.A. Woman, number 2 or number 3, however you want to say it. Next on the list, the album that followed those first 2 would be Waiting for the Sun. Great album. Hello, I Love You was the hit off of this album. Fantastic record. Number 5. Now, I think the next 2 albums are the weaker of the bunch. I would pick Morrison's Hotel, just because there's a couple of songs on here that are fantastic. Roadhouse Blues for sure. Pretty good album for that. And the Doors Soft Parade, which is a lot of horns and little different production on this album. Touch Me, songs like that were on this album. But so that's my ranking of the Doors albums. As for favorite Doors songs, now one interesting thing is they were on the Elektra label. And from what I understand is Elektra had signed the band Love with Arthur Lee, and we're ready to give them a big international push. Tons of advertising. Let's push this band. And I think it was Arthur Lee himself went to the A&R guys or whatever at Elektra and said, "Have you heard the Doors? They're incredible." And they checked the Doors out, signed them instantly to a contract, and then say, "We're pushing the Doors." And Arthur Lee and Love kind of got put on the back burner. And I just wondered how the career trajectory would have been for both bands had that not happened. Been interesting. My top 10 Doors songs from Strange Days. People Are Strange When You're a Stranger. Love that song. Number 9 would have to be the big hit, Light My Fire. fantastic. But the studio version, the long version, not that short one. Hate when they do that to songs. Number 8 would have to be from L.A. Woman, Riders on the Storm. Great song. What a haunting, scary song, right? Just play that with the lights down low and that sound effects with the thunder, and there's a killer on the road, and oh man, that's scary shit. Number 7 from Morrison Hotel, Roadhouse Blues. What a great, great 12-bar blues song. Unbelievable good. Number 6 would have to be from the debut, Break On Through to the Other Side. The opening song. What a great opener. Ding, 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 ding. Fantastic. Love that. What a cool sound they came up with. From Strange Days again would have to be Love Me 2 Times, Baby. Great song off of that album. Number 4 for me from Waiting for the Sun, closing track, 5 to 1. 5 to 1, baby. 1 in 5. Great song. Love that song. My favorite song on that album. Number 3 from the debut, opening side 2 on the vinyl, would be Backdoor Man. Oh, what a great blues cover that is. Fantastic. I think they kind of own that song. Number 2, When the Music's Over, Turn Out the Light. Turn Out the Light. And number 1, This Is the End. Wow, what a great song. What an incredible band. Too bad when Jim died, it was so weird because he died in 71, I guess. Yeah, I'm sorry, I said 1970. There's probably already people written comments going, he died in 71. So Hendrix died in September of 1970. A couple of weeks later, Janis is gone on October 6th, I think it was, of 1970. Just shocking. Hendrix dying on his own was shocking enough, but it was double shocking that someone just as big at the time died like within 2 weeks later, both from drug issues. Crazy stuff. And then the next summer, I remember I was sitting at my family cottage. My parents aren't around. We're partying our faces off. And we hear on the news that Jim Morrison died. Unbelievable. Ran across to the cottage on the other side. My buddy woke him up. It was like 2 in the morning, I think, when we got the news. Banging on his door, waking up, Jim Morrison died. And then we sat up all night. Man, it was just crazy. That was the next summer, the fall of 71, July of 71. So sorry I said he was gone in 70. So that album was not released posthumously. I screwed that all up. Anyway, it's hard to remember. All this is just from memory, folks. I don't do research. I was there at the time, so I always kind of just go by what my memory is, and it's probably faded over the years. Anyway, everyone have a great day, and we will talk soon. Take care.